Take you back. Do-do-do-do, take you back.
Welcome, everybody. This feels like a big event press conference because it is, which is a cool thing. It really doesn't get much better than this for a boxing fan. Getting Keith Thurman against Danny Garcia, welterweight championship unification, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. SHOWTIME Championship Boxing on CBS, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. This is as significant a fight as you can make in boxing right now. And in my mind, it may very well be the best fight you can make in boxing right now. And the fact that it's on broadcast TV, on CBS, that's a huge, huge plus for our business, for our sport, for anyone who loves boxing. To have a fight of this magnitude available to so many people is just a tremendous thing for boxing. And the idea that no one has to reach in their pocket and shell out money for a fight that clearly, on the basis of its quality, could be on pay-per-view. I really kudos to SHOWTIME and to CBS for putting this together and making it available to so many people across our great country. And for those who are going to be in the area, what an opportunity to see great boxing at the Barclays Center. Right now, we're on pace to set all sorts of records. And in terms of attendance, in terms of gross gate, and in terms of boxing in the history of the great borough of Brooklyn. And first thing I'd like to do is to bring up a man that's responsible for the resurgence of boxing in Brooklyn, responsible for creating Brooklyn boxing and a great program for the sport. He's made some exciting announcements today, actually. And I'd like to bring him up to say a few words, talk about the game, talk about some of the stuff he's doing with Brooklyn boxing. The CEO of the Barkley Center, a great friend to boxing, and the man I think right now is king of boxing in Brooklyn, Brett Yormark.
Thank you, Lou. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This Saturday, the nation will see world-class championship boxing at its best on display at Barclays Center in front of millions of primetime viewers on CBS. This fight is the welterweight matchup of the year between two undefeated superstars in the ring. Barclays Center, the home of Brooklyn boxing, is very proud to be host. We will have our biggest boxing crowd ever for Saturday Showdown between Danny and Keith, by far. The fight is pacing towards being one of the top grossing non-net sporting events in Barclays Center history. In fact, we have a very good chance of eclipsing the record that was set last month with our UFC event. So it's a statement not only about the sport, but also the great event that we'll be hosting this Saturday night. Barclays Center is Danny's home away from home. Since fighting in the first boxing event ever held at our venue in 2012, he has gone on to become one of the sport's biggest names. So Danny, welcome back. Keith Thurman has fought twice in Brooklyn, both unforgettable fights that cemented the respect of the boxing community and earned him countless new fans. Keith, welcome back to you too as well. Thank you. The atmosphere will be what boxing is all about. Passionate and loud, with large contingents of fans rooting hard for both corners. I want to thank my partners, Premier Boxing Champions, Lou DiBella, and Stephen Espinoza, as well as their dedicated staffs. This Saturday night is going to be spectacular. You need to be there, and I look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you very much.
Too high.
One announcement actually for the press regarding the press kit for this event. If you want to download the press kit, go to www.presscenter.premierboxingchampions.com. It's www.presscenter.premierboxingchampions.com. The start time for CBS is 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. The doors in the arena open at 6:30 with the first bout shortly thereafter. My pleasure to bring up the Executive Vice President of Showtime, the man who put together this event for Showtime Boxing on CBS. And he's on a run, and Showtime's on a run. The fights have been sensational, and this is going back through last year, and it's just been a run of tremendous, tremendous boxing. And the kind of boxing that builds a fan base, the kind of boxing that develops new fans, and the ratings have reflected that. And I really believe that we're going to do some really big numbers on CBS on Saturday night, because it's a rare opportunity for free television to have a fight of this magnitude, and I'm thankful to Stephen Espinoza for making it happen. Stephen Espinoza.
Thanks, Lou. The sport of boxing is on the rise, and Showtime is proud to be a part of it. Showtime leads the industry in the strongest lineup of any network in boxing. No other network is doing what we're doing. And we're doing it not just for Showtime subscribers. Facebook coverage of weigh-ins and press conferences, including this one, showing fights on YouTube, on Facebook Live, streaming fights live on Twitter. We're using just about every and any platform possible to spread our word and bring fights to fight fans. Showtime is producing the biggest and best fights and delivering to the biggest audience possible. Champion against champion, action-packed fight after action-packed fight, month after month, and of course Saturday is no exception. 2 undefeated champions, 60-0, 41 knockouts between the two of them. They're prime in their careers. Elite fighter against elite fighter, and on free TV, not pay-per-view. When 2 elite fighters meet in the ring, special things happen. When 2 elite fighters meet at Barclays Center, it's even more special. Last June, Thurman and Shawn Porter, Fight of the Year candidate. Last July, Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, Barkley Center, Fight of the Year candidate. January of this year, Badu Jack, James DeGale, Barkley Center, Fight of the Year candidate. On Saturday, Danny Garcia, Thurman, Fight of the Year candidate. When the best fight the best, special things happen. History is made, legends are born. All we have to do is look at the history of welterweight unifications to see that. Leonard versus Hearns, Trinidad de la Hoya, Mayweather Pacquiao, big fights, memorable fights. The welterweight division has always been boxing's glamour division. And Saturday night we're going to find out who the #1 fighter in the #1 division is. But it would be an oversight to not recognize the quality of this card overall. Between the 4 fighters who are scheduled to appear on Showtime, on CBS, we've got 102 wins versus only 1 loss. In the co-feature, we have one of boxing's brightest, most talented prospects, Erikson Luben. If you don't know him, you should. When he turned pro in 2013, the head of USA Boxing called him the best prospect he's seen in 40 years. He's just 21, but he's one of the brightest young stars in boxing. But, and it's a big but, Erikson is taking on the toughest opponent of his career. Jorge Cota is an experienced fighter, a monster puncher, and a tough test for Erikson. You add in Sergey Lipinets, Mario Barrios, Brooklyn's own Heather Hardy. It will be a special night, deserving of this slot on CBS, America's most watched network. CBS has a rich boxing history. Ali, Duran, Arguello, Ray Leonard, De La Hoya, Hopkins, they all fought on CBS. In fact, CBS televised the pro debut of Sugar Ray Leonard, and it's an honor to have him back on the air on CBS as part of our announced team. I'd like to extend our thanks to all of my colleagues at CBS for giving us this platform to show boxing's best and brightest. This is CBS's second show at Barkley Center. Add in Showtime's 9 shows at Barkley Center, and we've been involved in 11 of the 23 shows at Barkley Center, by far more than any other network. That's no accident. Barkley Center is a first-class venue with first-class people, a Brett Yormark and his team have made a commitment to this sport that is unmatched by any other venue in the country. Elite fighters, the best fighting the best, Barclays Center, CBS. It's going to be a special night. We'll see you Saturday night.
As Stephen pointed out, the main event on Saturday night, it doesn't need a lot of hype, so I'm not going to hype it a lot, but this is just the second primetime telecast, by the way, in 40 years for CBS, and the most significant fight on free TV in 2 generations, so that says a lot. There have only been 10 welterweight unifications in the division's history, and only 3 of them were between undefeated champions. This is just the 3rd between undefeated champions, so that's the rarity of a matchup of this significance in the welterweight division. And for a fight this good, you need an undercard that matches it, and we have that. So I just want to introduce a few of the fighters that are in the audience on the undercard. I'll start with the lady, and she's fought more times at the Barclays Center than any woman. She's become one of the shining stars of women's boxing in New York. Amanda Serrano and Heather are the 2 biggest names in women's boxing in our great city. So Heather, I think stand up, please. There's a tremendous matchup on this undercard that's really a crossroads fight for 2 fighters. Andres Van Vara fought his last fight with Joe Smith. He was winning almost every round. It looked like Joe Smith was about to go down, and then Hail Mary, there was a great punch, and all of a sudden Van Vara is looking to get back on track. And he's got a former multiple-time world champion in front of him, and Chad Dawson. And it's really a must-win fight. I mean, the winner of this fight's back, with the big boys at the top of the light heavyweight division, and the guy that loses this fight's got to take a good look at his career. So the significance of this fight is great. Andres, want to stand up? Stephen alluded to Sergey Lipinets. This guy's a former kickboxer. He's got the heart of a lion. He punches like a mule, and he's the #1 lightweight contender now in the IBF. Sergey. And he's got a tough fight with Clarence Booth in front of him. Next young man is another one of the top prospects, undefeated prospects in the sport of boxing. Mario Barrios from San Antonio, Texas. Now I'll bring up the fighters in the co-feature. First, the opponent for Erikson Luben, and Erikson is, this guy's gotten all the hype, and he's lived up to it so far, and he's earned it. His nickname is the Hammer. The nickname fits the guy in the ring. Outside of the ring, not so much. He's a really nice guy, but inside the ring, this guy just lays down a hammer. And the guy he's fighting can punch also. Jorge Cota is 23-1 with 20 KOs. The reason I know this is going to be a fight is because the guy that brought Cota this fight is Samson Lubic. And Samson never brings guys that can't fight. Just the way it is. So I'm going to bring up Jorge Cota to say a few words. Samson, will you translate? Thank you.
First of all, you bring the opponent and bring the challenger. Trust me that one.
Bueno, buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por haber venido a esta conferencia.
Thank you to everyone, and thank you for coming to this press conference.
Bueno, pues aquí estamos, gracias a Dios, después de esperar una oportunidad. Se nos da contra Erikson Luben y pues veremos con todo, ¿no? A ganar.
Thank you for the opportunity, and trust me to everyone that we come in to fight and to win.
Pues la verdad nunca imaginé estar aquí en Nueva York, y ahora gracias a Dios aquí estamos, y yo creo que es uno de mis metas, estar aquí y estar en grandes peleas como lo es de Garcia y Trump.
It's really very pleasure and good to be here in the great city of New York and fight in a great undercard. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you very much for
I was remiss in not introducing the gentleman who will be fighting Sergey Lipinets on Saturday night, Clarence Booth. No further ado, the man that's gotten, again, one of the hottest young prospects in all of boxing. He represents Orlando, Florida, 17-0, Erikson Luben.
Hamilton.
How's everybody doing? Good afternoon, Erikson Luben, 17-0, 12 knockouts. If you don't know me now, you will after Saturday night. I'm going to show my love to my dearest friend, who's in heaven right now, Todd Arthur. He's known me my whole career. You know, I wish he could have seen the top of me. After Saturday night, you know, he would be proud. You know, these type of fights, you know, just bring the best out of me. You know, I'm young, I'm fierce, I'm hungry, and I can't wait to perform, man. Jack and Sledge is ready, man. And I want to thank my trainer, Jason Galarza. He stuck with me from day one since I was young. We had a great training camp. You know, he made sure I ate the right things. You know, had great sparring. Strength and conditioning was great. I want to thank Johnny Hernandez for putting me through, you know, through hell, this training camp as well. And come Saturday night, you know, I'll make my mark in this division. You know, I'll become the youngest champion by the end of this year. Mark my words on that. You know, I know Jorge Cotto, he's coming ready to fight. I know he's coming ready to fight. You know, I prepare myself for my past fights with, you know, these type of opponents. I fought great opposition, just so young. I'm not 18 years old no more, I'm 21 years old. You know, I'm still young, as I said, I'm young, I'm fierce, and I'm hungry. Come Saturday night, I will become the mandatory challenger for the WBC title. Strap season.
Keith and Danny have been on a collision course pretty much their whole careers. I mean, in the amateurs, they were around the same weight, they were the same age, had almost the same number of amateur fights, and neither one of them's ever been beat. So there is an inevitability for Saturday night. And these guys have wanted to get at each other for a long time. And their teams wanted them to get at each other. There's not a fight that either one of these guys has avoided. It's one they really want. And the day is finally to come. 28 years old, WBA World Welterweight Champion, Keith one-time Thurman. 27-0 with 22 KOs. You can't overestimate how interesting this guy is. He's spiritual, he's musical, he's well-read, he's a lot of depth to this guy. And he gets in the ring and he's a friggin' animal. Physically one of the strongest men at 47, one of the biggest men at 47. And on Saturday night, he's going to try to prove that he's the best man at 47. My pleasure to bring up the WBA World Welterweight Champion, Keith one-time Thurman.
Thanks, Lou. What's up, guys? What's up, New York, Brooklyn? What it is, man. You know, like I said, this fight's been brewing for a minute now. You know, my team wants this fight, his team wants this fight. There's a reason why this fight is happening, man. We're young, we're hungry, we ain't trying to wait around. It's time for this to go down. You know, we've had a great camp, great sparring partners, you know. I mean, this is boxing, baby. This ain't nothing new. 21 years in the game, you know. For me, I'm really happy to be in this moment. I'm really happy to be in this limelight. I'm really happy for you all to be here participating. Because Keith one-time Thurman has had a dream ever since he was a little boy, you know, of being champion of the world. And not just your average champion, but to be a great champion. Before I ever wanted to be champion, I had a man named Ben Getty who believed that I was going to be champion. And I know that it's because of Ben that I'm where I am today. And he'd be happy to see this moment in my boxing career because before anybody, he predicted of this greatness that I'm capable of achieving Saturday night, you know. Danny, he's smart, man, you know. He's swift. A lot of people underestimate him. He keeps rising to the top. And he knows he's got people underestimating now, and that fuels the more. You know, there's many things that fuels us fighters. You know, for me, it's the legacy. It's the fact that I want greatness for myself. I love the fight game. I love the challenge. I love the sport. I want to get the best out of Keith one-time Thurman. And it's fights like this that are going to produce that for you and for myself. So I'm going to keep it short, man. This fight's right here, right now. People are buying tickets right now. People already got their tickets. I got family still coming in, friends still coming in, man. This is going to be a fight. I mean, y'all can't miss. You know, it's going to be at your house. If you can't make it to the arena, you can make it to the couch. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so just tune in, man. CBS. This is real elite world-class championship boxing on CBS, prime time for all fight fans and sport fans in general, man. This your boy One Time. Always remember, don't blink. Stay tuned. One love.
Also 28 years old, the WBC World Welterweight Champion, Danny Swift Garcia. You know, it's interesting. Every time I look at Danny's record, it makes me think that if he was like a comedian, he might be like Rodney Dangerfield, because the guy doesn't get the respect he deserves if you look at his quality of opposition and what he's done in his career. I mean, this man's beaten, you know, a dozen excellent fighters, and there are world champions and former world champions sprinkled all over his resume. He's a little faster than everyone believes. He punches harder than everyone believes. He's better than people seem to think. And every time he's put it up to here, he rises and he finds a way to win. And winners find a way to win. And that's why this is a betting fight. That's why the outcome's in doubt. That's why so many fans are you know, calling Ticketmaster.com right now and going to the Barclays Center box office and buying tickets. Why I think we're going to have a great TV audience on Saturday night, because this is the best against the best. And this man is one of the best. Danny Swift Garcia.
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my father. I want to thank Team Garcia. We had a tremendous camp. I'd like to thank Al Heyman. You know, I'd like to thank the boxing family. I'd like to thank, you know, the fans, the media, you know, for showing up and making this a big fight, because it deserves all the media and all the attention it's getting. What can I say? I've been a champion for 5 years already. Been a unified world champion at 140. This Saturday I got another opportunity to unify another division. It's always been a dream of mine to unify multiple weight classes. We put the hard work in. We did everything we had to do. You know, we ran the hills. We ate the rocks. We chased the chickens. We did everything. We good sparring. So we feel good. You know, I feel good. I feel confident. Come Saturday night, we'll be the unified champion again. And it's all right. I may not get the credit, but at the end of the night, just make sure that check is right. At the end of the day, it's all about the moolah, baby. But you know, I live for moments like this. You know, I've been the underdog before. I've been the promoted fighter. I've been the underdog. At the end of the day, all underdog means is a bunch of people who don't know what I could do. And I prove to the world what I could do. And that's rise to the occasion every time. If Danny Garcia doesn't win because he knows how to win, Danny Garcia wins because he's better. And he's the true champion. And come Saturday night, I'm going to show that. Thank you. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on. My dad wrote a letter. I'm going to write it. Oh, shit. I left it back at the hotel. But it said something like this. It was like, man, this some bullshit.
Thank you all for coming to the Posted Fighters. I'll be available for one-on-ones. One more time, if you want to come to this fight, seriously, if you're in the area, I just got a text message. Literally, today's like a record day for a couple of days before a fight, for any fight we've ever been involved in. The tickets are like literally flying out, and I want to see a sellout, so go out and buy your tickets. If you can't be there, SHOWTIME Boxing on CBS, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you all for coming.